Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about the value of blue biophilic design and how cities can embrace nature through the revitalization of their rivers. To start, I will go through the patterns of biophilic design that can be achieved through urban rivers. Rivers can provide a visual connection with nature through views of natural flowing water. There is also a non-visual connection with nature that people can experience through the sounds of a babbling river, the smell of fresh water and riparian plants, and the feel of water on their skin. The babbling and splashing of water along the rocks and curves of the river, as well as the chirping of birds or jumping of fish, can provide non-rhythmic sensory stimuli to an observer. The presence of water itself can also create multisensory experiences and lead to feelings of pleasure and lowered stress. Natural and clean rivers maximize these benefits. Rivers can also provide urban areas with a connection to natural systems through the perception of changing seasons and other environmental processes. In some rivers, there's also a sense of mystery present, such as when their paths wind and twist, hiding potential views and enticing people to walk along them to see what they will find. Additionally, some rivers will evoke a sense of risk or peril, particularly those that feature waterfalls or fast rushing water. I also examined four case study urban rivers. First, the Chongye stream in South Korea sought to restore a natural river that had been built over by a massive 18-lane highway. Restoration plan served as a driver for the revitalization of a declining downtown. The space is now a bustling hub of social and cultural activity. It is pedestrian friendly and people often walk along the stream, congregate on its steps, and dine and shop in the neighboring businesses. People can experience the water closely and children can play. The Ljubljanica River in Slovenia was built up with magnificent bridges, new buildings, markets, and parks in the 20th century, but investment declined at the end of the century and the space became dominated by vehicular traffic and parking lots. A revitalization plan was intended to redesign the area as a public space for social gathering and economic revival. Embankments were renovated into shaded seating areas overlooking the water. There are also recreational opportunities for boat rides and paddleboarding. The San Antonio River in Texas was channelized in the mid-20th century, detrimental to native vegetation and wildlife. It was also not a popular space, so restoration efforts were focused on creating more opportunities for social activity and recreation. The landscape was restored with native grasses, trees, shrubs, and wildflowers, and paths for walking and biking allow for natural connection. New dining, walking, and boating opportunities, as well as a number of museums, parks, and a zoo, encourage visitation and active use of the space. Finally, the Sawmill River in Yonkers, New York, was completely paved over by roads, parking lots, and buildings in the early 20th century, but by the year 2000, the city faced disinvestment, outmigration, and building vacancies. The restoration plan worked to bring the river back to its natural state and stimulate social and economic growth in the city. The space became a lively social and cultural environment featuring art shows, music shows, a farmer's market, and an outdoor classroom. In total, 14,000 square feet of aquatic and riparian habitat were added. So that is all I have today. Thank you so much for listening.